Good morning. 3:47 a.m. November 12th. Made myself some breakfast early in the morning. I got up a little earlier than I expected. Took a couple Ambien pills, medication I'm prescribed that I haven't been practicing. Been coping with other substances, as you'd call it. Alcohol not being healthy completely. Weed isn't the best thing for you, personally, especially if you're looking to succeed in life and build a big career and really use your mind. Um, Completely focused. Not that you can't use your mind medicated, it's just a little either fuzzier or whatnot. It slows you down. You know how it is. All medication slows you down. Anyways, once they slow you down, it could be a speeder, but it's not healthy for you. Something that came to my mind, reason I'm making this video real quick, instead of posting something on Facebook and making it short and simple and not detailed enough, giving you my true passions. So I really want to hit this subject. This is a big, big, big thing that has been happening. It's a reason it's been happening. And it's a reason it should happen again. And we rebuild something new on a social level, not on a communistic one-way type of vibe. With that said, we as a society are losing control of human race, of simple voting rights. Our votes don't matter much anymore. To the point where, why? Because we're not educated enough as this recent generations that are calling these shots in a general human society type of population. You've got your fine prints that the careers educated humans will dissect and will either leave or follow it or be against it. And so far in the fine print, there's always these corners that are not being told about, that in general we're cutting, whether it's we're losing too much money, whether we're giving away too much money, whether we're not putting the money in the right places, however it's going to be. But the main picture is making it clear, like, this is what we need. We need the health system. We need the education money. We obviously need better technology for the firemen that they've been asking last year. I think it was $100 million. So all this money that needs to be funded that we technically officially don't have and haven't had in a very, very long time as America government. And you've got these groups that are working under American government, federal government. Whether they were started as a group organization a century ago, not with that motive. For example, I want to go to Russia right now, and in Russia I want to start growing marijuana, and you know what? We're going to name it my last name, Tatenko. Tatenko, and then whatever it is, wrapping around that name that we can build, not just even marijuana now. Well, now we're getting so big because marijuana is going to be pretty big commodity, a material, something that could be used in very, very many different ways that actually will really benefit this world. And imagine this commodity now being connected to all farming on Europe's side, in Russia. And now you've got a group in America like Monsanto that have been controlling slowly, not fast enough, because there hasn't been that fast of a need to control something, because nobody wants to grow tomatoes. You know, the farming has been controlling itself, with us as a society living in bigger cities having to no not enough time on our hands or whatever the situation may be, not even have the right environments, the property, this and that, but we're not able to farm to fork ourselves, or at least on a smaller level. A few tomatoes, for example. We are forced, really forced, because of this built now different society. We weren't This isn't natural for human race to be uh, this controlled, if that makes any sense. We're born to be adventurous, creative, outgoing. Think about it. What does your heart wants to do as soon as you get off the 9 to 5? As much as you've been working to even get in this job, as much as you like to debate, who wants to be in court and wasting their time on the little things, if that makes any sense? It's like the fine print. Let's get rid of it. What's going on? Let's dissect it. Let's figure it out. How can we push it through? We know there's a round table. Let's really make the right choices. Let's not focus on Republicans because they're going to be going for guns, and let's not focus on Democrats because they're going to go for no guns. Why can't we all be understanding? And obviously, I'm not saying that Republicans are right for guns, but why would a group, even if you're Democratic, being for health, for example, Republican being like, okay, why would you want to just give everyone health? Well, it's common sense. No matter what situation we're in, we're always going to need health. Not everybody's in the right level at the right times, where health is a beautiful way, if we can afford it, to have a health program. Amen. Not for Republicans, but it's obviously a democratical thing. Why are we even thinking about this? Why are we even talking about this? How can we put this in effect? And if money's not backed up anymore, however it's all working now, with no gold currency from the treasury backing up its, what do they call it? The treasury, the money, cash value was backed up by gold, by something, by currency. Now, all we have is IOUs. And a lot of it is with the countries that we're importing everything from, where now it's okay, are they basically, we all working on kind of like on an interest thing? And obviously, we as human society don't even understand how everything's connected. Because if we were really going to start, opening the books, as they call it, looking at the numbers. Anyways, why do you think Bitcoin was invented? It's a backup policy for all this money that was lost, or is about to be lost, or however we can dilute it, as they call it. When I say dilute it, my father's supposed to be alive with very successful companies in construction and insurance and this and that. Well, instead of having different lines of great quality works and us all working together one way or another, and there's enough business for everything. We need to expand. We want to grow, whether it's in a city of America or a second, third world country. We should be developing this beautiful earth. If it's an earth that won't be around for another couple hundred centuries, or soon in a couple hundred centuries, because of technology that we finally have to be able to see in distances with satellites and this and that, and knowing what's going on with their galaxies, if that's the case scenario, we as human race won't be around to even see 2020, 2020, or 22222, then let's work on that technology. So let's work on the careers. Maybe that's why the cell phones are being introduced at such vulnerable ages, where instead of focusing on your numbers and just digging a hole and planting something and watching it grow, we're stuck in a screen playing routines and puzzles and stuff that's gonna, yes, make your mind stronger and smarter and get used to the screens and how things are moving and the noises and these video games and these sirens. It's like, what are you guys all preparing us for? Y'all, as in whoever is the higher powers, are even letting this go through. I'm getting a little off subject here, but it's kind of like, where's the law now with music? Music has no boundaries. It never had. Like a few things. There's some things that if we're going to be now putting in effect in this new world order that apparently the government wants to have within 12 years, what I just read, they've been talking about it in the Bible. My family, relatives, close friends that we all connect with, that are, people in my church settings, or bottom line, I've always talked about this day where the world is going to come together and they're going to want one system, one world. There's a few movies out there that already shown this. So obviously this isn't something that's a secret. But here's the thing. Why do we have to have the same uniform? Why do we have to have the same currency? Why can't we all still keep everything separated the way it is? Because nothing's backing itself up. This is only timing when this would happen. Money isn't backed up. Cash isn't backed up by gold. Other currencies in other countries, I'm sure, are in the same situations. What do they have that holds that value? Is it the real estate? Well, the real estate's more of depending on the employment, on the house marketing, or on the economy. The economy depends on the human race and how much money's moving. Money moving around depending on the businesses and the jobs. Well, the jobs and the businesses are dependent on the careers, the education. Well, the education is dependent on the motive and the passion to even want to get ahead in anything in life or even want to be advanced in beautiful wisdom and knowledge. And that comes down to who do you surround yourself with? And with who do you surround yourself with, that comes down to the ones that brought you in this world. Getting a little off topic here. Jumping from subject to subject with at the same time connecting the dots in such a beautiful, poetic way, I feel just now. I'm actually very excited what I just said. That's funny. Long story short, I'm going to end this real quick. Big dot. Monsanto organization. They're trying to control too much. Doing too much. Unless they want to be the regulators of apparently the cannabis industry. Pretty sure for just America. Unless this New World Order thing is going to be like Monsanto has control over the world. Now, my next thing is, okay, my next question is if Monsanto is that serious, that big, some guy that maybe started this company 100 years ago, I think Monsanto is a guy's name, but now it's become this organization that is being controlled and manipulated, as you want to call it. Because in the beginning, it wasn't started for those purposes of full-on control. In the beginning, it was started as an organization, somebody that wants to take charge on this farm, whatever industry, and keep it organized or bottom line, a section, a sector, organization. You hear me? Or you got to organize your files, that kind of thing. Well, that file wants to now take over the whole shelf, the whole cabinet. Monsanto could be the next livestock controlled, property control. I don't know what it is, but whoever's the organizations that are now manipulating the situation that our grandfathers, founding fathers, did not build this beautiful freedom country coming from Europe, where Europe was so enslaved and nobody had any control or any say, fighting for their freedom against beautiful native Indians where they just couldn't find compromise, button heads like non-religion and religion, where we have a system now that won't let us kill all each other off. Are you following? Have a great day. I wish you the best. These salmon smoked, home smoking salmon I did. A little avocado, mild tater, ooty booty baby. I like this food. I like eating good. I love life. I love humans. Oh.